Welcome to Breaking Wire. Please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. Korean Air just made a major announcement that's sending ripples through the aviation industry and catching the attention of travelers and aviation enthusiasts worldwide. This move is shaking up the world of aviation, as the airline rethinks how it uses one of the most iconic aircraft ever built. The focus of all this buzz? The legendary Boeing 747. A plane that has defined long-haul travel for decades and captured the imagination of millions. Korean Air is making bold moves with its 747-8I fleet, pulling the Queen of the Skies from some US routes and redeploying it to new international destinations, shifting the map for global travelers. For fans, it's bittersweet. The chance to fly this iconic jumbo is vanishing from some cities, making those last flights even more special for aviation lovers and frequent flyers alike. But at the same time, new opportunities are opening up in other parts of the world, giving more people a chance to experience the magic of the 747. This isn't just a simple schedule tweak, it's a sign of how airlines are adapting to new realities, responding to changing passenger demand, fuel prices, and the push for greater efficiency. More efficient modern jets like the A350 and 787 are taking over, gradually replacing the older four-engine giants on many routes. Korean Air's decision marks another chapter in the slow farewell to these majestic aircraft, as more 747s are retired or moved to less prominent routes. It's a reminder to appreciate the 747 while we still can, whether you're a passenger, a plane spotter, or just someone who loves the romance of flight. The Queen's reign is ending, but her presence in the skies will always be remembered by those who witnessed her power and grace. The legacy of the 747 is far from forgotten. It lives on in the memories of travelers and the history of aviation. Korean Air is officially ending its iconic 747 service to Atlanta, marking the end of an era for the city's aviation history. For years, the sight of the Queen of the Skies at Hartsfield-Jackson was a familiar one, symbolizing global connections and long-haul travel. Los Angeles is also bidding farewell to the 747, two major U.S. cities that have witnessed decades of jumbo jet arrivals and departures, each with their own stories and memories tied to these legendary aircraft. Atlanta's final 747 flight is scheduled for August 31, 2025. The very next day, a Boeing 777-300ER will take over, ushering in a new chapter for Korean Air's service from the city, but without the same grandeur and nostalgia. Los Angeles will say its goodbyes in late October, as smaller, more efficient wide-body jets step in to fill the gap left by the departing 747s, changing the landscape of international travel at LAX. But there's a silver lining for New York. Starting October 26, 2025, the 747-8I will return to JFK, replacing both the A380 and 777 on this high-demand route. This move re-establishes the 747 as the flagship for Korean Air's New York service. It's a strategic decision, focusing the airline's most prestigious jet where premium demand and passenger numbers are at their highest, ensuring the 747 legacy continues in a city that truly appreciates it. For New Yorkers and aviation fans alike, the Queen of the Skies is making a triumphant return, at least for now, offering one more chance to experience this legendary aircraft. For everyone else, it's a poignant reminder that every 747 flight is becoming a rare and special event, a living piece of aviation history that won't be around forever. The Boeing 747 isn't just a plane, it's an icon that changed air travel forever. Its debut in 1969 made global travel accessible, with a double-deck design and unmatched capacity. The upper deck's exclusivity, the spacious cabin, and the sheer presence of the aircraft made every flight special. The 747-8I, Korean Air's model, is the final evolution, modern, efficient, and still unmistakably regal. While newer twin-engine jets are more practical, the 747's magic endures for pilots and passengers alike. Every takeoff is a piece of history. As the 747 fades from the skies, each flight is a bucket list experience. By 2025, only 4 airlines still fly the 747 for passengers: Lufthansa, Air China, Korean Air, and Rossiya. Lufthansa leads the pack, flying both 747-400s, and 747-8 is on major global routes. Air China uses its 747-8 is for key international flights, including the world's shortest scheduled 747 hop, Beijing to Shanghai. Korean Air is now focusing its 747s on select prestige routes. Rosia, meanwhile, flies older 747 to 400s mainly within Russia. For aviation fans, these airlines are the last chance to experience the Queen of the Skies. The numbers tell a dramatic story. Back in 2019, there were an impressive 76,000 scheduled 747 passenger flights worldwide. The iconic jumbo jet was once a common sight at major airports, carrying millions of travelers across continents and oceans. But by 2025, that number will have plummeted to just 18,600, a staggering 75% drop in only 6 years. The decline is visible everywhere, from empty gates that once welcomed the Queen of the Skies, to flight boards where the 747 is now a rare listing. Today, only 3 airlines still operate the 747 to the US, Lufthansa, Korean Air, and Air China. Lufthansa in particular has become the main flag bearer for the type, keeping the tradition alive on select routes. The 747 continues to serve on some of the world's longest and most challenging flights, connecting distant cities with its unmatched range and capacity. One of the most notable is Air China's marathon journey from Washington, D.C. to Beijing, a true test of endurance for both aircraft and crew. However, airlines are rapidly shifting to new, advanced twin-engine jets like the Boeing 787 and Airbus A350, which offer similar range but with much lower operating costs. These modern jets are far more fuel-efficient, environmentally friendly, and easier to fill with passengers, making them the obvious choice for most airlines. The 747's massive size only makes sense on routes with huge, consistent demand, something that's becoming increasingly rare in today's aviation landscape. The Queen of the Skies isn't retiring because she's lost her abilities, but simply because the world has moved on to newer, more efficient ways to fly. Every remaining 747 flight is now a rare spectacle, a living piece of aviation history soaring through the skies, cherished by enthusiasts and travelers alike. Korean Air's 2025 747 Shuffle is a microcosm of aviation's changing tides. Atlanta and LA lose the Queen, but New York gets a triumphant return. For travelers, it's a last chance to experience the grandeur of the 747 on a marquee route. Each route change is a reminder. The era of 4-engine giants is ending, but the magic isn't gone yet. Airlines like Korean Air, Lufthansa, and Air China are writing the final chapters. The message is clear: fly the Queen while you still can. Her legacy will soar long after her final landing.